Well, the one thing I like about the VFW is that they're focused on the community, and that is what sets it apart among other organizations. But I think the biggest thing that they do is they give communities a chance to understand what military service is like. There are differences between the services, and there are differences between the way we go to war and the way we mobilize to do things these days than there was, back in the Vietnam era. When I first joined the Air Force, we were just coming off the Vietnam era, and the Air Force was making a lot of changes, both in terms of the technology, the equipment, and how we took care of our troops, how we deployed. And even since then, since the time I retired from the Air Force, there's been a lot of changes in military service because we learn something from every single engagement we're in. And so the differences over time really add up, and they make the services better. The Air Force is a better place than the Air Force was when I first joined, and that's kind of the way they roll. But in terms of the veterans themselves, organizations like the VFW give them a place where they can go and have that camaraderie that they had when they were in the service, tell their stories to people who understand, and just in general be around people that are kind of like-minded. The experiences are very similar. We're all in the same boat, and we understand each other pretty well.
Yes, we do. And the other thing is, it's pretty hard to talk to somebody that's never ever been in the service because they don't understand exactly what you went through.
Right, and that's another benefit of the VFW because other people get to hear the stories. And that's important because having an understanding about what happens when we have to go overseas and do something that maybe we don't necessarily want to do, but if there's somebody out there who can't defend themselves, by God, we're going to go out and help them out.
Right.
And sometimes you have to do that, and you have to say yes without hesitation. So.
Yeah, because, the military today has changed so much, like the drones, fighting a lot of the wars without anybody manning them, and we're starting to see tanks the same way, down the road. So, the military is changing a lot.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we're taking the human being out of positions where we don't necessarily need human beings, and that is a good thing. At the same time, advances in technology help make sure that if we do go to war, those wars hopefully won't last as long. We won't lose as many people on either side,
right?
And we can move on and hopefully get past our differences and rebuild. But yeah, it's definitely a different place than it used to be, and I'm sure 20 years from now it's going to look a whole lot different than it does today.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, Dan, again, I want to thank you for wearing the uniform of the United States Air Force.